apparently I'm alive. And, well, everybody, uh, if you're watching this, thank you for watching. I figured, as I didn't actually do a video log about the my first day at the Christian Mouse Con, I figured I'd just talk about it in afterwards. So, CMPC, sounded too bad, Road Valley. So CMPC, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't as big as things like BronyCon and MLP, MSP. No, those looked huge, and I wasn't even there. But it was pretty decent size today. It looked like there was quite a bit of business going on. The halls were plenty full, usually. I mean, the voice actors panel that was less full, but I liked it. Less full meant that I had more time asking questions. Okay, everybody else had more time. I was the quiet one in the back. Just because I had nothing to ask. I was there mostly just to see what if I could pick up on anything that they said that they did. So, as any pony that's seen me in this position before, it may have noticed that I have some new art. Managed to get these at the con today. Shift my camera so you can all view that. I'm especially fond of that one. This is what happens when you don't look behind you. I think they're cute. I really hope I can still hear me. So it was entertaining to be at the con today. Had some good company. Got to talk with the staff quite a bit. It's pretty good. Uh, hmm. I wonder if any other ponies on or around. Come to think of it, who did I even invite? I have no clue. Yeah, that ought to be good. I don't know that I didn't. Oh, the nerve of me! I don't think I invited King Mars or Speedy Tempo. Why that nerve? Wrong one. Uh, that's not what I want. There we are. I really hope you can't hear my typing. I'm sorry if you can. Probably means I need to turn down my mic just a touch. But you know what? Practice for later. You could always use practice, right? yes, spam every pony that I know and I think might care to join. Sorry if you got mad. Oh, hey, look. The first responder to my chaos. We'll see whether or not my chaotic nature has any effect. Not Discord though, so hmm, we'll see how this turns out. Hi, Speedy.
Hey, what's up?
Well, I just figured I would end up doing a live stream just because I went to the Christmas PonyCon today and was slightly excited.
Ah, nice.
It's a pretty good con. Okay, for first day and not knowing what I was doing the entire time, pretty much.
Yeah, we all have that had those moments.
Well, getting lost in the city that you've grown up in, it's just a tad bit embarrassing.
Believe
I
me,
wish.
it's pretty easy for me too. I live in New York City.
Okay, New York, that's a little easy to understand. Here in Salt Lake City, you can see the mountains on every side of you, and
Hmm.
instead of having street names to try and go off of, all the streets are okay. Almost all the streets. The newer stuff, well, that's a mess. Still try and work your way through. But all the older streets, they're all on a grid system, so it's really hard to get lost, unless of course you're walking. At which point that's really easy. Couldn't find the food court. Sorry, are you doing Speedy Tempo?
I'm doing all right. Just hang out with my with a few friends from elementary school today.
Oh,
Yeah, we like to hang out a lot during the summer because we're all not in school. Yeah,
sounds
long
like
day.
fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Uh,
We actually watched Rainbow Rocks on Netflix today because those two hadn't seen it yet.
what? They hadn't seen it yet? It's actually kind of funny.
And not only that, but one of them hadn't even seen Equestria Girls, the first one, yet.
What? Well, then again, lots of people probably said, "Don't watch it. It's terrible."
I ended up explaining the gist of it to her, pretty much saying that it was pretty bad, but we watched the Rainbow Rocks one, and she really liked it. Actually, both of them liked it, so
Well,
accomplished.
mission accomplished. Bravo. Uh, I, I personally quite enjoyed Rainbow Rocks and Equestria Girls. Equestria Girls is how I got into the Brony fandom.
Oh, really?
So it's my first real introduction to it.
Hmm.
Ended up watching it on a tablet in a basement. Go figure. Huh. It's a good movie. Okay, overall it was a good movie. It left me asking questions. So,
Yeah, it left me asking questions too. Not a lot of good ones, but I had some questions.
out of curiosity, what sort of questions did you have after watching Equestria Girls the first time?
Well, the first one I'll probably ask is why are there so many songs towards the end of the movie? I mean, the one song that I enjoyed during the movie part was the one in the cafeteria, obviously. 'Cause that was the only good one that I remember.
Well, that one was pretty amazing, though. The feel that comes with the next song preserves the bringing everybody together to help fix up the gym. That one was pretty good as well.
Yeah, I got some vaguely High School Musical vibes from that part.
The funny thing is, I have never seen High School Musical.
None of them.
None of them. To this day, I have still managed to not watch a single High School Musical. I don't know
Oh
whether
man,
to be proud of that fate or to be ashamed just because I've somehow missed every showing of it so far.
I wouldn't be too ashamed,
It
but it is
wasn't
an
that great.
experience.
How is that show anyway? I've never actually seen it, so
Well, it's actually it's a movie series. Uh, it's based. You ever seen Grease?
Grace. You said Grace, right? Not Grease.
No, Grease, like with John Travolta.
No, not off the top of my head, I don't think I've seen that one.
It was basically a high school musical, which is in the title. But yeah, it's basically all it is. It's a well, the first movie is about actually the first movie kind of reminds me of Equestria Girls a little bit,
Lots
but
of singing, new kid.
well, yeah, there is a new kid trope in there, and she meets the star of the basketball team, and they
They
uh
start dating.
well, they don't start dating in the they start dating at the end of the first one, but before that they get roped into trying out for a musical, which is usually stars this duo, this brother sister duo who don't like having their stars taken down. So it's kind of hard to explain in one sitting, but basically it's like it's all about people being in certain cliques and not going into other things that they're not supposed to go into and junk like that.
Huh. So, My Little Pony is a High School Musical remake, or the Equestria Girls is a High
Yeah,
School Musical remake.
sort of, yeah,
Just with the throw in of there being a magic crown and everybody is a funny color.
yeah, pretty much, yeah,
Oh, maybe I might just have to watch it.
yeah. Personally, I like the second one better than the first one, but yeah,
Oh,
yeah. There's actually three of them, but I don't recommend the third one, not at all.
was it that bad? Really?
I'll say it's very forgettable. I'll say that.
Ah, forgettable movies are not usually quite that enjoyable,
Yeah,
which is unfortunate because some forgettable movies are okay at least.
yeah. And there are some movies that you can't forget, but they're just so awful that you can't forget them. Like The
Uh,
Room.
which movie?
The Room.
I have never heard of this movie before.
Oh man, I recommend you look at. You ever heard Nostalgia Critic?
Sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you from where.
Well, he's a guy that reviews or looks at old cartoons or movies and reviews them. But basically, he did an episode where he reviewed The Room, and it's the probably one of the most funniest things I've ever seen on YouTube. So I would totally recommend you watch that before you watch the movie.
So what? Would he review something like The Ring?
Uh, well, he reviews anything that's nostalgic, like past like a certain amount of time, like 10 years ago.
I have no clue when The Ring came out. All I remember is Pinky Rose showing it. Weren't you in that live stream actually?
Yeah, it was actually.
That's right. You were in the background most of the time. There were
Yep,
a
just
couple
like
bits though
always.
when you took the front. For example, when you started singing "Life Is Yummy S'more." It's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was good times. Good times.
Most entertaining.
So how was Crystal Mountain PonyCon first day?
It's pretty good. They besides getting lost going to lunch, Of course, we ended up having lunch closer to 2-ish. Yeah, it was closer to 2:20 by the time we finally arrived at the Orange Julius,
Hmm.
which left the young woman that I was traveling with rather hungry and tired, considering she was only working off of an hour of sleep.
Ouch.
Yeah, and she was the designated driver, so
Oh.
it was a fun ride home. Though for some reason I was the one falling asleep. She drove the whole way, didn't fall asleep even once. She didn't even wink, blink,
Wow, that's wow.
and I'm the one falling asleep in the passenger seat. Why me? I guess I'm just too comfortable in passenger seats. A lot, actually. That happens to break. Uh, let's see. The vendor hall, while it was small in comparison to things like FanX and Comic Con, which are their vendor halls are huge. If you've ever been to the Salt Palace, if not, I might relate it to a park, a very large open park. That's what the Salt Palace kind of reminds me of,
Hmm.
except for made out of concrete. But it was the room itself wasn't quite that big.
Hmm.
There was 12 vendors. There were 12 vendor tables with plenty of merchandise available.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I noticed those on the back.
Welcome to
Oh,
the new additions.
oh, that was so cute with the little shining armor and cadence.
And I'm going to pull that down so you can get a closer look.
A lot of magnets.
Okay. They're very, very weak magnets. I have no clue where that one went, so I'm probably going to send on eventually. Yeah, that's what happens to use chess pieces as magnets.
Oh, it looks so cute.
Yeah. So the girl I took with me up to CMPC, this was her first real introduction to the Brony fandom.
Hmm.
In fact, she, according to my understanding, has never seen an episode before.
Hmm.
So it was entertaining to see what her reaction was. She quite enjoyed herself. Was real fond of Octavia. So I ended up buying her a poster and a pin of Octavia's cutie mark.
Oh, cool.
So I guess I'm that person. Surprised her with that when she went home. Goodness. You're kind of clumsy tonight. There we go. Let's see. The VA panel that happened that was there. A what's that crossover panel? Even got called up once to try and end up on one of the teams. I failed miserably trying to guess Sailor Moon. I could not guess it for the life of me, but then again, I've never actually seen Sailor Moon. Read about it, but never actually seen it. So, plus also everybody else until they were told what it was. Everybody else in the audience is going, "What the heck is that?" So, I at least have some room for leniency.
Yeah, Sailor Moon's not. I mean, it is a popular anime, like back in the day. Not too many people know about it now.
Which is unfortunate because it was a meter anime. It was
Yeah.
also one of the first animes that actually really began everything. So,
Hmm.
for example, My Little Pony does owe just a little bit to Sailor Moon.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. In fact, we were watching Rainbow Rocks, and when they got to the part where the main six were fighting against the sirens, and they were fighting with various diamonds and fleshy butterflies and stuff. My two friends said that we're making like Sailor Moon references the whole time.
It's great. Best crossover ever. Okay. Most entertaining possible crossover ever.
Yeah.
For example, that Apple Bloom animatic
Oh
that
yeah.
was a spoof of Sailor Moon. Pretty good.
Yeah.
having Speedbell standing there in the background catching all the clothes. That's entertaining.
Yeah. Uh,
Let's see. The voice actor panel, it was a little sparse as far as people go. I mean, they only filled up about half the room, and they only had two people on the stage for most of it. But those two people are either they've been in, oh, actually, no, mid 20s. So actually, they reminded me sort of like you, actually.
uh,
The two young women were aspiring voice actresses,
hmm.
and they were pretty good at what they did. So, high marks to them. Which reminds me, actually, I have one of their cards.
Oh, cool. I was about to ask you what their names were.
I never got. Okay, I know what her name's supposed to be. I just. Oh, no. I was told her name, I just don't remember it. As for the other one, though, I got her business card. So, Lachlan O'Neill. A beautiful name.
Yes,
Of
it's a
course,
very unique name.
uh, Madame O'Neill happens to be paid in wigs usually.
Oh,
She is a model, cosplayer, and voice actress.
oh,
So, today she was dressed up as Applejack.
cool.
That's the one she had quite the Pinkie Pie and Granny Smith. She did both of those very well. Yeah, it was a good panel. Let's see. The only other panel. Oh, managed to talk to the fiery Joker.
Oh, Fire
And,
Joker.
in fact, he might actually recognize me. Yeah, I won't get my hopes up.
Give it
uh,
time. Give it time.
oh, yes. I hope so. I hope to make a good impression tomorrow. Because he should still be around, and he's doing a sort of crowd fund. He has some art that he's selling in exchange in the hopes of raising enough money to get Incros to enough money to get Incros to go to BronyCon with him.
Oh, cool.
Silver Quills also was there along with Dr. Wolf, and I believe the two of them are working together to get Dusty Cat to BronyCon as well.
Nice.
So good causes all around. Let's see. Other fun merchandise besides our great portraits. Let's see. Had some great older cadences, and we also had mugs, which
Ooh,
had cutie marks on them. Nice glass ones.
ooh.
Tomorrow, presuming there's still some around, I'm going to get a hold of one of them because they were, let's see, $15 today.
15.
So,
It's not that bad.
Mary serves that was their price, asking price. So, I should be able to get one tomorrow, and another poster of Best Princess, like Luna, but Cadence is Shining Armor, best couple.
Yeah. Not that I have
Like,
much anime couples to fight against.
the only other couple to fight against would be Donkey and uh, Cranky and Matilda.
And the cakes.
Oh, yeah. I guess they're a couple too, though I don't ever think of them as a couple. I just think of them as business partners, in all honesty. There aren't many other couples, are there? At least that we've actually heard speak.
Yeah, not too many actual canonical couples, more fan couples, but well, besides, unless you want to count Twilight and Flash, which I'm pretty sure no one actually counts.
And nobody except for me, because I'm the odd one and actually think that they could be cute. They could be very cute together. Brad and the actual Flash Century, or the Flash Century of the MLP universe. Well, I have no clue who he is. Can't make a judgment call on
Hmm.
that. Nobody knows who he is. We just see him here and there.
Yeah, pretty much both of them are pretty much blank slates, especially the pony version of it.
Well, I don't know that the human version is too much of a blank slate. I mean, he does have a little bit of character to him. He
Yeah,
does
a
at least have the
little.
basic. This is what his moral standing is. He at least has a general alignment.
Yeah, could do. You could have of a lot more traits to make him a little more interesting, but yeah,
Easily. As a character, he doesn't have that much that makes him overly memorable. He's
yeah.
just the funky blue haired paladin. Actually, that would be really cool to see if someone could. Actually, that would be a really. So, I guess I better expound on this idea before I lose it. So I can come back and watch my own video to remember what my idea was. Uh, so because I have uh, the game Pathfinder and access to Ponyfinder, uh, I think it would be interesting to do a Pathfinder game with a character like Brad. Basically, everybody gets to play an MLP character
Hmm.
with a little bit of interpretation, of course. I mean, we can't have everybody be wizards and sorcerers, except for
Yeah.
Applejack, who would be an expert probably. That doesn't work out usually. Expert characters, experts in NPC class, so
Hmm.
that usually doesn't work out for players, unless of course they're me. At which point they work out really well.
Hmm.
But hey, that'd be a fun idea to try at least.
Yeah.
Just have to get the right people together to find one of them that's willing to be Brad.
Well, actually, if you ever needed a voice for Flash Sentry, apparently I'm a good voice impressionist of him.
Actually,
So I got a. Hmm?
you want to try? I'm curious to hear your Brad impression.
All right, I'll try. Hmm. uh, what should I say? I don't suppose any of our friends from out of town might come. It being a special charity event and all.
That's amazing. I think I found Brad. Found someone to give him an actual voice and character. Presumably, of course, you're willing to do a Dungeons and Dragons Pony Finder thing.
I'm willing to do anything and everything, as long as a voice actor.
This is going to be a most entertaining project. Huh. Have you ever done RPGs before? Or tabletop role playing games?
Uh, I'd say the closest thing I've ever done to a tabletop RPG would probably be playing Duel Monsters back in middle school.
Well, then, in that case, we have a most entertaining road ahead of us. Because that's the style I would work through, at least to start with. Just because I don't usually write scripts.
Hmm.
I tell stories with the help of the rest of the players.
Ah,
So the benefits and penalties to being a game master. Your creativity is only limited by your imagination and your ability to manipulate your players. I think I butchered that quote. Yeah,
if
to
you did, I
butcher or
wouldn't
not
I
to
wouldn't
butcher.
notice.
I don't even remember who I was quoting off the top of my head. So, uh, hmm. So besides that, what other projects are you working on at this point?
Well, I recently got casted in this. I don't know if I want to call it an audio drama per se, but it's basically a fan fiction about what it's like a crossover between Sonic the Hedgehog and Equestria Girls, where the author of the story he made an OC which is a hedgehog, and a few of his friends, and they go through the mirror into no, they use the Chaos Emeralds to go into an alternate dimension, which just happens to be the Kentla High world.
Uh, which is the most entertaining world considering that the only places we see happen to be a coffee shop and the high school.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what? Everybody goes to the coffee shop to get away from school? There is no home? Oh, except for Pinky's home.
Yeah.
Uh, everybody just pile in there. There's got to be enough room on the floor. Uh,
uh, but yeah, in that I got casted as one of the villains who it's supposed to sound like Sonic the Hedgehog. I got casted as Flash Sentry and as Shining Armor.
huh. Well, that ought to prove interesting. Can't wait to hear it. You'll have to link me to it at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll definitely link you to it once it's uploaded. But I'm not sure when it's going to be up yet. But from looking at the script, I can. It's going to be a pretty interesting series. That's for sure.
I can hardly wait. Which reminds me, if our one viewer has any questions for me and Mr. Tempo here, I did open up the Q&A, so feel free to ask. Because of course, before even starting this, I opened up the Q&A just in case. I actually got someone here to watch.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Uh, so, any other collaborations you're working on?
Oh man, there's so many. Yeah, I get so many requests, and not even bragging either. That's true. Uh,
Why does this not surprise me, Mr. Speedy Tempo?
uh, let's see. I recently did a couple of I did a couple covers of Apples to the Core as Big Mac. Uh, right now I'm supposed to be working on a cover for. It was a song from. It was a song that Magpie Pony and Pegasus Pitch covered recently. I think it's from a musical. I forget which, but they covered it like a week or two ago, and I'm covering that with a girl. Her name
Oh,
is Skypaw122.
you're talking about I'll Be There from
Yes,
The Count
yes,
of
yeah,
Monte Cristo.
yeah, definitely.
Great
That's it.
one.
Yeah, I need to get started on that. Uh,
Well, if you need a piano, you know where to find the person that plays a piano and happens to have a piano.
yeah, I'll definitely call you if I need a piano. But I think she has an instrumental for that already. But if I need a piano for like a parody or something like that, I'll definitely call you. You'll be the first one I call.
Please, I'm even practicing to keep up on my limited piano skills.
I
Being
like
a
that.
novice pianist, well, it has its benefits and it also has its penalties. Because I have to go review every time someone asks me to do chords.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I had to take a music theory class in college like a few months ago, and we had to learn the piano as a it was a mandatory thing for that. And our final test was actually based on playing the piano on demand. Uh, yeah, that didn't turn out too well for me.
Memorization apparently must be your best friend, at least in that class.
Oh yeah,
Uh, college courses are funny
yeah.
with how they go through. I mean, here it is, taking a business course and an art course right now, and I am managing to pass both classes, but the business course it's not doing so well.
Hmm.
Open book, everything pretty much except for people. And I'm still steadily losing points in that just because I can't either find the information or remember it.
Hmm.
So, ugh. Or I run out of time. Happened to be on a test recently.
Hmm.
Midnight rolled around, and well, what are you to do?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I've been in there. Ugh.
Huh. Huh. So, let's see. You have plenty of collaborations that you're up to,
Hmm.
including but not limited to collaborations with me. Because I mean, once I finally get my chords to actually play right, who knew the G chord was so difficult to play?
Hmm.
That or it's just me. Take a pick. No, wait.
Uh,
It's figuring out which chords I'm playing. That's right.
yeah, for the
Steven Universe opening scene song.
yeah, well, I wasn't sure if you were going to keep that a surprise or not. So I didn't want to say.
Well, if it's a surprise, the only thing I think I'm keeping as a surprise that's just for me happens to be my actual name. And even that might not be a surprise for too much long. It depends on how and who happens to see this video. And how well they keep their comments. Oh, hey, look. Jin
Who?
Chao. He lives. Haven't seen him in forever, but he lives.
Yeah, he's gone.
And he's gone. So, how did you manage that, Jin Chao?
Magic.
Well. If he joins us, he joins us. If he doesn't, then we played Courage is Magic together. Which, as a system, it's fine, but it has very limited potential. At least the route it's taking.
Hmm.
It's closer to Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition, which was mostly just focused on encounters. And having it be. It took on a slightly less realistic format.
Hmm.
So, you always had the gear you need torches, food, all that was already taken care of. And all encounters, all combat ended up taking place within a very short space.
Is that a banjo?
I have no idea. That or it's a train, but I don't think trains run at night, and Jin Chao happens to be in. Uh, yeah. Hey, Jin Chao, you alive on that hand?
Okay, I'm going to explain this. My stepbrother isn't around, and he signed his email into my Hangouts. So unfortunately for you, he's not around, and you've called my phone, and it won't stop.
I see.
I am his stepbrother.
Well, thanks for joining us, Jin Chao. Am I to presume you've met Speedy Tempo before?
Probably. And I will see you later. Hopefully he doesn't call me again.
Well, that happened.
Yeah, yep, that happened. Most entertaining. So, what shall we do in the meantime?
Hmm.
Let's see. We still have our one viewer. And No questions as far as I can see. Unless, of course, they all went to spam. Well, they didn't go to spam, at least as far as I can tell. So, Speedy, what would you like to do?
Uh,
Or should I ask, what do you have time to do?
well, for me it's like 11:40, so I don't have to go to sleep anytime soon. So
Uh,
I pretty much talk about anything really. Hmm.
well then, how do you feel about impromptu between a Flash Century and the world as a whole?
All right, I can try. I can give it a shot.
All right, I'm gonna lean this down just a tad bit. Oh, actually, I was thinking plenty to kind of show you because I enjoyed it and I enjoyed purchasing that. We're just gonna solve that problem from up. So, uh, I purchased this at the last FanX that came through Salt Lake City.
Huh. It looks like blueprints for like a wing machine or something.
Actually, yeah, that would be what it is. And light
It's pretty cool.
was the pony wing machine, and I got it for an amazing deal. Anyway, so Flash Century is on guard duty per the norm up in the Crystal Empire.
Sir, yes, sir. Okay.
Winter has finally come to the Crystal Empire.
So cold. But I have to stay diligent for my prince and princess. Why the Crystal Empire has to be so cold?
A train approaches the station as Shining Arm. A train approaches the station as Flash Century looks out across this brand new frozen night.
Huh. A train. I wonder who could be on it.
'Tis the Midnight Express.
Hmm.
Flash Century at this point is considered a lieutenant in the army and is therefore in charge of a small unit of 6 other ponies.
All right, privates. We need to protect anyone, any pony, and all ponies at all times. So, stay on your guard. Sir, yes, sir.
It's great. Just let you impromptu the whole thing. Just laugh my way through this. All right. The train approaches and comes to its screeching halt in front of the platform. And hey, look, we found it the train. We could hear it coming from miles away, apparently, too. After all, Jin Chao showed us quite well what a train sounds like. A train in Equestria, of course. The doors open and out comes a couple ponies. Just those strange folks that seem to like walking around at the hour of midnight.
Hello, every pony. Welcome to the Crystal Empire.
One stallion in particular appears to be rather lost, if you will. He appears disoriented and is constantly peering around, especially over his shoulder.
Excuse me, sir. Are you looking for something specifically?
Oh yes, my good sir. Could you point me to the nearest, uh, nearest, what am I looking for again? Oh yes, could you point me to the nearest tavern?
Tavern. Okay. You basically exit the station and make a right at the second turn. You'll be right there.
Why, thank you, Lieutenant. Good rank. Are you a lieutenant already?
Yes, sir.
However, did you manage to attain the rank of lieutenant already? You don't appear to be that old.
Well, let's just say that I am a favorite of one of the princesses.
I see. Royal favor always does have its bonuses and penalties. He proceeds to walk away. Everybody else just kind of mills about and steadily disperses upon their chosen routes. Most of these people happen to work in places like Canterlot most weekdays and then come home on for the Saturday, Sunday.
Hmm.
The train itself sits there, empty and quiet. Not a pony in sight. What will you do?
Hmm. Speaking of taverns, I could go for a drink myself. I might just fly over there and get a shot or two. Come back.
Come back before anybody notices that you have made your way to a new place? Which reminds me, do I have a pen? Ah, there's my pen. All right. So, you head over to the tavern by the name of Barry Punch's Crystal Brewery.
Ah, I've heard good things about this place. Can't wait to see why.
Inside, it's rather quiet. Not many folks about this time of night. And just the gentleman that you pointed towards this place. He walks rather quickly, and it wasn't that far away. And two, you aren't certain whether or not they're gentle colts or mares in the corner with cloaks and hoods covering them. And then, of course, the tavern keeper, Mrs. Berry Punch herself.
Hello, Miss Punch. Uh, hmm. Could I get a shot of crystal berry? Crystal berry. Wow, I'm not good at alcoholic drinks.
A crystal bear? A crystal berry wine? Or would you prefer the crystal berry tequila?
Tequila.
No.
Yes.
All right, so the usual then. Let
Yes,
me
ma'am.
mix that up for you. And she turns her back as the stallion sits there at the bar, a foaming mug of cider in his hands. Hooves. They're hooves. Yeah, usually I end up working with people instead of horses when I mend these stories together. So, what will Flash Century, Lieutenant in the Army, do tonight?
Huh. Sure, it's pretty quiet in this place. I would expect a lot more from a bar.
Well, then
Eh,
again, the hours of midnight, and even though it is a Friday night, it's also one of those nights where everything is just kind of slow and quiet. It's a winter night. Winter doesn't usually actually affect the Crystal Empire for whatever reason. That's a
hmm.
tendency to be summer the whole year around. So the tropics happen to be north of Equestria, not south. Yeah, south it's just desert. Nobody likes to go there.
Uh, hmm. I wonder what those ponies and the cloaks are doing over there.
Well, they appear to be whispering to each other. You can see The cloak's shifting, and you're pretty sure you hear them talking, but their words are indecipherable at this distance.
Hmm.
And you can't see their faces, so it's nigh impossible to try and lip read.
I wonder if they'll notice if I kind of inch over near them so I can hear what they're saying. Can't be too cautious.
Of course. So, because I'm a game master and always have dice around, we'll call this the Black Dice of Doom, and there's gold dice around here somewhere. There they are, underneath all those receipts. Love business. There that is. Behold, gold dice of heroes.
Cool.
And villains. I often use them for my villains as well. So, will you attempt to sneak up on these ponies to try and hear what they are saying?
Yes.
And we'll see whether or not these ponies are any good at spotting you. Interesting. You stealthily approach them, while Berry Punch remains mixing uh, your crystal berry tequila. First time I've ever heard that one. First time I've ever heard someone say that. Usually, instead, I'm working with elvish wines, which usually I name after ponies instead of most entertaining. Of course, then again, those wines have a tendency to explode. Well, when you get druid magic mixing with it, best adventure ever.
I can imagine.
I'll have to relate that story to you sometime. But in the meantime, you carefully approach, taking a seat right next to the ponies. As they were in the corner, it was difficult to approach, but you're pretty sure that your movements went unnoticed. Or if they did notice, they don't appear to be reacting to you stealthily approaching. It would appear that they're not quite as quiet as they thought they were, and that you have far better hearing than you thought you did. For you're pretty sure you heard several key words of their conversation, along the lines of capture, interrogate, the old one.
Capture, interrogate, old one. Well, capturing, interrogating. That's definitely not really innocent actions. An old one. Who could an old one be? Cadence
Well, they
isn't
might
that
have
old.
said old fart, but it's hard to tell. Old one and old fart have a tendency to sound alike, especially in the language they're speaking. While it's not obscure, it's not quite as well known. It's a local dialect.
I don't really know any old ponies in Crystal Kingdom.
Yeah, no, most of them are actually pretty young. All the ones that we've seen, at least.
I mean, the oldest pony I know in town is probably the librarian. They couldn't be talking about her. Could they?
Perhaps.
I might just be hearing things. I don't know.
Very possible. Evening.
What's up? Silence.
Well, if he talks, he talks. If he doesn't, he doesn't. In the meantime, though, I do believe that Shining Armor has finally gotten his drink.
Flash Sentry.
I realized that after I said it, of course. There it is, I keep thinking Shining Armor, not Flash Sentry. Their names are so similar.
Yeah.
And well, it's kind of funny that your mic doesn't work. Reminds me of when I tried to do a call with King Mars. His mic didn't work for me. Better was my tablet refused to actually play it.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, thanks for joining us. If you have input for Speedy Tempo in order to advise him on what you think he should be doing,
Uh. uh,
we'll see how this goes then. So, Flash Sentry, you have gotten your Crystal Berry Tequila.
oh,
The
thank you,
very
Miss Punch.
punch. It's my pleasure, dear. Will there be anything else tonight?
No, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, have a good night, Mr. Sentry.
You too.
And she returns to the bar where she begins to wipe it down. Cleaning out the glasses, of course, and making sure there's no dust anywhere. Those darn dust bunnies.
All right, bottoms up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah. Whew. That was good.
Strong tasting.
Ah.
That crystal berry juice adds just the right hint. Have you ever actually had a margarita out of curiosity, Mr. Tempo?
Oh no, I'm not really much of a drinker at all.
Uh, well, to tell you what, I prefer the margarita mix over the drink itself.
Mm.
Alcohol is not my thing. So instead, I just drink the lime mix that goes with the alcohol. Okay, they go when they're separate.
That's pretty smart.
Well, tastes pretty good. Reminds me sort of like a grape juice, except for
Mm.
limey. Yeah, lime juice, I guess would be the better term for it. Ah, and now, though alcohol does have a tendency to make for very entertaining gaming sessions.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Drunk bards are some of the most entertaining bards. Of course, drunk also has a tendency to lay low to characters. Had a party nearly taken out thanks to alcohol, which happens to be related to that story I mentioned earlier of our exploding Lula moons. Elvish wine is most fun, especially when I get to tease the party with it over and over. They decide to carry on an entire crate of the stuff, so. Alright, you have trained your chaser. What now, Mr. Century?
Hmm. I wonder if I should check on the librarian and see if she's been kidnapped or pony napped.
Oh no, the old one might have been pony napped. Okay, the oldest pony anybody's ever seen in town. There it is. Goodness. Alright. So, will you then exit this little tavern and proceed to the library?
Yes, I will.
Alright. You proceed to make your way towards the door. As you reach the door, though, you think you might have heard something.
Huh? What was that?
Behind you, the two ponies in the cloaks have gotten up and walked over to the bar.
Hmm.
Miss Punch has stepped into the back room, and the only one in there right now happens to be the elderly stallion who happens to be sitting at the bar with his mug of cider.
Wait, that guy's pretty old. Maybe he's the target that they're talking about. Hmm. I should
The
probably stay and watch this.
two cloaked ponies proceed to talk to the stallion.
I wonder if I can pick up anything. What it's saying.
So you proceed to listen closely. Unfortunately, with the door open, you can't hear too much. There's a bit of a breeze outside. By breeze, I mean it's close to a gale. Not a good night to be on guard duty, apparently.
This stupid Crystal Kingdom cold.
Of
Try to
course.
close the door.
Alright. Closing the door, you turn back around and find that their conversation has turned from just heated, which it did easily appear to be, because the stallion was very vehement about his position, to the cloaked ponies have proceeded to draw weapons.
Oh no. I gotta do something about this.
One appears to be carrying a mace, regular mace. The other one happens to be wearing two hoof maces. If you've ever read Wings of Steel, which happens to be a great fan fiction, a hoof mace is basically just an extra large tank. Name escapes me. Horseshoe. Meant for bashing in skulls.
Ooh. That sounds nasty.
Bludgeoning weapon.
Hmm.
A smaller version of a club, basically, that you can actually use with your hooves without having to carry around a magic device.
Hmm.
Which is how it is. So many ponies manage to get around the fact that they don't actually have fingers. Magic. So, Mr. Sentry, you happen to have the ceremonial spear. It's not the greatest weapon, but it's pretty good for hitting things with. Like a regular stick.
Alright.
And then, of course, you have your armor.
Halt! Crystal Kingdom police. Stop where you are and put your hooves down.
The one with the hoof mace will put his hooves down right there on top of the table, on top of the bar. Turning towards you, the red glowing eyes from underneath the hood.
Ugh.
A dark voice can be heard throughout the entire tavern. Not above a whisper. You have no business here, guard pony. Leave now, or pay the price.
That's what you think. The Crystal Kingdom is my business. I'm a royal guard, so I'm not gonna repeat myself.
All right then. The pony with the mace in his mouth will proceed to rush you. Unfortunately, it does appear that he managed to get the drop on you.
Ah!
Though it's probably a good thing that he missed. That armor you're wearing, great protection. The door frame, on the other hand, well, that's even greater protection apparently, because he completely missed you. As for the other one, well, he's proceeded to try and grapple the older pony, who appears to be resisting quite fiercely. Neither one has really gained the advantage as of yet. So what will you do, Mr. Sentry?
I'm gonna help the old man.
Alright. So you're going to attempt to maneuver your way away from your current combatant. Will you fly over him? Will you try and dumble under between his legs? Will you try and take out his legs on your way through? Or will you just try and bull rush just right through him?
I'm gonna take out his legs.
Alright. Using your spear and advanced training, you proceed to attempt to knock his legs out from underneath him. Unfortunately, it appears he was prepared for your attack and jumps over your spear or swipe. But it did give you the opportunity to at least step around him. The grappling continues, and it appears that the red-eyed pony has the upper hand and has finally forced the elder pony into submission. The mace pony takes another swing at you. Without the door frame, though, it does appear that he was successful in hitting you.
Ugh.
And his blow does sting despite the armor. What will you do now, Mr. Century?
Attack back.
You return your swing with a mighty blow to the cloak. He ducked. Last possible moment. But hey, you got his cloak. Underneath, you find what appears to be a changeling.
The changeling.
Yes, a changeling. Hidden underneath that cloak was one vile-looking changeling. Quite horny, in fact. Or should I say covered in spikes? Covered in spikes. It's a vile beast.
I don't know what you guys are doing here, but I know it's not good.
The little changeling in front of you speaks. Good? You think that we can do good? I like this one, George. Do you think we can keep him? You know we can't. And Phil, we gotta get rid of it. As much as I'd like to keep this one, it's kind of fun to tinker with. At this point,
Phil.
changeling names apparently. That or names from a GM who has no idea what changeling names would be, so he came up with two that work. Hey, look! George has joined us twice! With his potato chips. At which point, their conversation is interrupted before either can speak again by Barry Punch bursting out from the back room and flinging a rather large empty-looking case of wine at the drone for you. Guess I rolled the right die, eh? Unfortunately, she misses, and the case explodes on the wall behind the drone. What will you do now, Mr. Century?
I'm going to take this opportunity to attack.
You swing again. And this time you hit and deal a rather dangerous blow. Motion it to the ground. Go figure. But you hit the drone, and from the sounds of it, if you had actually hit the drone full on, would have knocked it out. If it was a normal pony. Because it's a drone changeling, even the weakest blow apparently is enough to knock it out. It collapses to the floor in front of you. Its mace rolling away. As for the other drone, well, the odds are no longer in its favor, and it's going to proceed to fly away at top-notch speed through the back wall.
Oh, no, you don't. You're not going to escape me.
Barry Punch throws one of the nearby mugs and proceeds to miss. No, she got it close. Okay, Mr. Century, what will you do?
I'm going to fly after him.
You fly through the hole made in the wall. And so the race begins. We'll see whether or not you catch up to him, shall we? High or low, Mr. Century?
Hi.
You chose correctly. It appears that instead of following along these streets, he tried to go high into the sky to avoid your penetrating glare. But You spotted him amongst the clouds, and were able to easily catch up to him. How will you choose to handle this? Take a swipe at him, try and tackle him out of the air.
I'm going to swipe at him.
All right. Swinging your spear, you cut a close, slicing through the clouds as if they were nothing more than dew in the morning breeze. Which, technically speaking, they are, but hey. The drone will proceed to fight back and take a swipe at you with its gauntleted hooves. This time, your armor appears to be more effective, and its hoof glances off your armor. Shall you swing again?
Yes.
This deadly dance in the air. You shift to move above it, to provide yourself with extra bonuses. And you hit, and successfully knock the drone from the skies. It proceeds to fall towards the ground. What will you do?
I'm going to catch him before he falls, before he lands.
You speed towards the ground, and successfully ensnare the drone in a Flash Century style bear hug. Well, we've already seen what he does when he catches someone falling down. Just that, I got you, my dear. So you have caught him. You're not too far from the ground now. Could be more than 50 feet up right at this point. What will you do?
I'm going to place him under arrest.
Good thing you got hoof cuffs on you. So, he's now been hoof cuffed. Where shall you go? To whom shall you speak?
I'm going to take them both to Shining Armor.
Alright, you return to the tavern to quickly tie up this other one with your second set of cuffs. It's a good thing you carry at least 6 pairs at all times. Bit
Very good.
excessive usually, but, well, you never know when you need to take an entire squadron in. Besides, makes for great games of jump rope. Well, when you tie enough of these together.
Yeah, that's true. I do like jump rope.
Especially when you're doing it with your squad mates, and when the one of them accidentally touches it. Because you see, these things have a tendency to adhere to hooves. So that way, it's real easy to catch someone. You throw them. It's great. Then it just goes flop. Most entertaining. Which reminds me of a great story from boot camp. You had some great stunts back there.
Good times.
So, back to the Crystal Castle with these 2 changelings in custody. Knocking on the front gates. 2 of the regular crystal guards open them wide for you. One is giving you really strange looks, like, just jaws drop to the floor. If it drops any lower, Tartarus will need a new room and some roof repairmen. As for the other one, it doesn't look stunned at all. Just looks like this is a regular day in the Crystal Empire.
Yeah, I'm here to take 2 changelings to see Prince Shining Armor.
The nonchalant, not stunned one says, "Of course, he's up in his room as per the norm. Have a good day, Lieutenant."
Thank you. You too, Sergeant.
The other one just continues to stare as you walk past.
Oh, and you might want to close your mouth, otherwise you might catch flies.
The corporal continues to stare as you walk by. Up the stairs you trek, up and around and around and around and around and around, and Sombra really, really liked his stairs. But she really needs a good elevator.
Ugh.
But renovation's really slow because this is crystal. And you cracked the wrong beam, the crystal castle might have a new shape. Mostly skylight and window. Open window, of course. You arrive at the prince's private audience chambers. Before you is the secretary. As of course, every prince and princess must have their own personal secretary.
Of course.
A relic from the past, this pony made entirely from crystal. Unlike regular crystal ponies who have that glimmer sheen to them, he reminds you more of a golem. You heard about them, you read about them back in boot camp. You were warned that they are very dangerous in the hands of the wrong ponies. Because
Uh-oh.
they will follow any order, no matter how far they have to go, no matter what they have to do in order to do it. Some of them are highly intelligent, and they don't require air, they don't require water, they don't require food. In fact, most of them can't consume air, water, and food, apparently.
Oh, this is different. Okay.
The crystal... the crystal pony looks up at you and says, "What do you need?"
I'm here to see Prince Shining Armor.
"I see. On what business? Do you have an appointment?"
No, but I have detained two changelings who are up to no good in the kingdom, and I want to see what he needs, what he says needs to be done to these guys.
Interesting. Well then, I believe I can move you up on the appointment list. How does right now work for you?
I'd say it works pretty good.
Good. He walks forward and opens the double doors into the audience chamber. Before you is the throne room. And sitting upon the larger of the two thrones is Princess Mimare Cadenza. On the smaller one is Shining Armor. Smaller and lower. You can see how this hierarchy works. So,
Your Highnesses, I come with two changelings who are up to no good in the kingdom.
changelings, Mr. Century? I find this most strange.
So did I, Princess. But they were just there in a tavern. They were trying to fight an old stallion. So I had to arrest them. I brought him
What?
here to wonder. I brought him here because I needed to know what to do with them.
Well, they must be duly incarcerated and tried for their crimes. But for what purpose were they attacking the stallion?
That I still have no idea.
Do you know where the stallion is?
The last time I saw him, he was still in the tavern.
Does he have anyone with him?
Uh, maybe Berry Punch?
So you left a prime target, undefended, right after he was attacked.
Maybe?
I see. All right, Lieutenant. Leave them here with us. Charles, please take these drones to the dungeon. Lieutenant, please make sure the stallion remains safe and out of changeling hands. Hooves. Out of changeling hooves. Please bring
Yes,
him
Your
to us as
Highness.
soon as possible.
Yes, Your Highness. I will.
Hmm. So, you proceed back to the tavern, I presume?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna fly there as fast as I can.
Rushing back to the tavern. The hole in the wall is still there. Inside, there's Berry Punch cleaning up from the mess of the fight. She's the only one in the tavern at this point.
Oh no 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 no. Miss Punch. Where did that old stallion go to?
I don't know, and I really don't care, laddie. I changed her accent, didn't I? Well, Irish accent, Scottish accent. They both work for this character, right? So I'm going to proceed to continue that accent and pretend that the previous one didn't work. We're going to have a bon moment here. Tim, I really don't care either, laddie. This mess you have left me. It'll be expensive to repair that hole in the wall. I mean, fine. The industry is doing great in home repair, but it's still expensive to fix. Especially
I'm
if this
sorry
is
for
a
that.
crystal place. Go figure.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that, ma'am. I'll try my best to see what I can do to fix that. But in the meantime, I need to find that old stallion. Do you have any idea where he could have gone?
I think you want to mention something about a train. The 6 o'clock, I think.
All right. Thank you very much.
And out the front door you fly. All right. Where shall you go?
Train station.
Your squadron is still sitting there, waiting very patiently for you to return. There's a small game of tic-tac-toe going. It looks like a 31-1 happen. I think one of your corporals happens to be pretty good at the game, and the snow makes it really easy to play here, at least. One benefit of it being winter. The rest of them all just appear to be very bored and/or asleep. Okay, the other three. Got one watching, three sleeping, and two playing tic-tac-toe on a very empty train station. So, what will you do, Lieutenant?
I'm gonna land right in front of him.
Splush! Up jumps the three sleepers. The bored one continues to lay there, not realizing anything is going on. And the two tic-tac-toe players are like, hold up, one moment. We just put this X here. Alright, jump into position. Oh, by the way, tic-tac-toe.
Men, have you seen an old stallion walk by here?
They start looking at each other. Ooh, says one. He came by, and he hopped on a train. And the train took off. Says another. It was real
How
strange, because the conductor came up to us right afterwards and asked where his train went. And
about how
then,
long ago was this?
2 minutes.
Oh, jeez, I gotta go.
Got to catch up to that train, right? It's a good thing that trains move either really slowly in Equestria, or Scootaloo moves really fast. I mean, how else do you think she caught up to a train? You pretty easily catch up to it. You can see it move, chugging along at faster than regulation speed, of course. It appears to be heading out into the wasteland. to the north of the Crystal Empire.
That's not normal. The guy
No,
on
it's
this
not.
train.
It's almost never happens. There's only like one train every year that happens to go out to the wasteland area, as there's only like one little town all the way out there, and hardly anyone ever visits, and no one ever comes back from that town, usually. So, except for Princess Twilight Sparkle and her 5 friends. They went there and they came back. Quite a little town, apparently. So, I might presume you land on the back of the train, front of the train. There's 6 cars on this train, so where are you landing?
Back.
Alright, you land in the caboose. Got a nice little kitchen set up back here. It appears pretty empty.
Yep.
You proceed to walk through, might presume.
Yep.
1 car at a time, right? Alright. As you walk through this caboose, you hear a thudding behind you.
Huh? What was that?
And not only due to the fact that it apparently fell into the table, does it actually miss you on its swing. You feel the air whistle by your ear. There are several changelings in this car with you.
Oh man.
In fact, there are 6.
Uh,
One has fallen into a table next to you. One is in front of the door, in front of your entrance point. Another is in front of the exit point that you are making your way towards. The 4th one happens to be behind the bar and appears to be having a drink. The 5th one appeared to have been taking a nap underneath the table. That was on the other side of you, and it since stood up, flipping the table. As for the 6th one, well, its eyes happen to be glowing green, unlike the rest of them, which are all glowing red. And it's just sitting there on the ceiling watching.
oh man, this is creepy. Don't make me have to use force on you guys, because I will.
The one that fell into the table chuckles at you. Ooh, so you think force is a threat to me? Well, don't worry. We'll make sure to apply plenty of it to you. It
Try me.
says, rising. The 2 that are next to you will both proceed to attempt to attack you. And both will miss terribly. Just, yeah, yeah. That's what happens when you roll a 2. Either that or you hit the floor. Hard. Take your pick. So, what will you do, Mr. Sentry?
I'll attack with my weapon.
Pulling, returning your royal spear to its rack on your side, you swing! And you do the whole rawr thing. It's not very effective with the spear. Go figure. It's a good thing that your squadron, the board pony, remember that one? By the way, he's your sergeant.
Hmm.
For your squad. Second command whenever you're not there.
Mhm.
It's also a good thing that your squadron has 2 Pegasi in it. Besides yourself, of course, sir. You proceed to break through both windows and onto both changelings.
Ha.
And one changeling, well, it's kind of just poof underneath it. The other one, it kind of just tumbles out of the way. So, now I believe we have a fair fight. Ain't that right, Commander?
Oh yeah. Let's do this, guys.
All right. So the battle begins. So, what will you do first, Lieutenant?
I'll try to attack the changeling, blocking the exit to the next car.
Stepping forward, you move past the changeling that rolled out from underneath your corporal's feet, and proceed to attack the one, preventing you from moving forward. It easily goes down from your mighty blow, which pierced its side. Your corporals proceed to attack, one each. One attacks the one behind the bar, and the other one attacks the one who happens to have missed. Getting trampled, pretty much. Said trampled one finds out what it's like to be trampled. Just, wire, bad bug. Back. I presume you've seen Mulan, right?
Yeah.
You remember Mushu and the cow's first meeting?
Vaguely.
There you go. You just found out what happened to the changeling. Quack, 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 quack. And stay down. As for the other one, well, appeared that table tripped him up just a tad bit. And all those games of tic-tac-toe in a row might have muddled his brain just a touch. So he kind of tumbled forward. And is now in a really awkward spot. It's really hard for him to get out of. At the table to the bar. Just walk. Can't move. As for the changelings, the one guarding your entrance proceeds to charge forward and attack your corporal, who takes the hit quite well. But she doesn't look very fond of being hit at all. As for the one in front of you, well, oh wait, you already took it down. What am I thinking? That leaves the one behind the bar, who's going to proceed to grab a mug and swing at you. And he is successful. You're feeling a little woozy. You might have to sit down after this fight. Very lightheaded. That tequila probably wasn't such a good idea now that you think about it.
This is the last time I drank while on duty.
This ought to be good. As for the one that was sitting on the roof with the green eyes, it proceeds to walk down to the end of the train and climb out, flying off back towards the Crystal Empire.
Oh, my head. Oh, man.
Are you alright, Sergeant?
Yeah, just keep fighting. I can handle myself.
Wrong term, you're a lieutenant. But hey, we'll work this. Alright. The one that kind of laid himself out, he stands up, looking the wrong direction entirely. His head, you can still see the stars spinning pretty much. As for the other one, she turns around and just proceeds to wail on the other changeling. And he does not deal very well with being hit. He just kind of flattens. As for the one behind the bar, what will you do?
I will try to attack him.
Swinging your spear with a mighty thrust. Oh, dang. This might hurt. Oh! That hurt. That hurt a lot. Yeah, just shunk. You have pierced him and stuck him to the wall. He ain't going nowhere. This guy looks down at the spear and goes, "Oh! Ew! Oh! Crap! He's pretty thoroughly stuck. So is your spear, but hey, you have a changeling nice and pinned, and the rest of them are all just dead. There's some of them might not be getting back up.
Oh,
Corporals have a tendency to apply excessive force, apparently. So, what will you do now, Lieutenant?
all right, good work, guys. Let's try to continue our. Let's try and continue to the front of the train.
The mayor, the Pegasus mayor, turns to you and says, "Lieutenant, you're not looking too good. Perhaps we better take a quick breather here, recover our strength. Well, I don't feel too well myself, in all honesty. I don't know I could take another hit like that."
Oh. All right, we can rest for a few minutes, but after that, we really need to find that old stallion. I think he might be in trouble.
Agreed. The stallion Pegasus rises. And have fun, George. Thanks for joining us. The stallion rises and kind of just shakes his head. Yeah, Rushton sounds like a great idea. Let me just sit down over there. I'll feel very dizzy. So, thanks for playing Speed Tempo. We'll have to continue this another night.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is fun.
And hopefully next time we'll be able to add a couple more actual player characters instead of just my nameless Pegasus people. Perhaps I'll actually introduce you to what I was actually rolling for next time. But I've introduced you and gotten you hooked.
Yeah, this reminds me of some old role playing I used to do when I was in high school, like over the internet, like in, like chat rooms and stuff.
Yeah, okay, so mostly I did all the rolling and had my little secret numbers, which may or may not have been modified while playing. But hey, next time I'll actually teach you what I'm doing. Hand you a character sheet possibly, so that way you can actually get some idea of what you're doing.
All right,
That way we
cool.
can expand your vocabulary. All right, so anything you want to say before I sign us off?
I just gotta say, if anyone's watching this, be sure to check out my channel if you're not subscribed to me already. I make a lot of awesome music, and if you like it, you can subscribe to me and help me get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year.
He is the music man. All right, well, thank you all, and I wish you all safe travels.
Have a speedy day.